Alright, so I've already tried to record this video 2 times, and each time it was too long. It was about 15 minutes long, so what I've decided to do is split it up into parts. Okay, so this is the misdirection lesson, part 1. There's going to be 5 of them. What I want to do is go through the basics of misdirection and how you misdirect people's attention. It allows you to pull off incredibly simple illusions with no trouble, because of, what I meant to say was, it allows you to pull off incredibly simple illusions and make them look much more impressive. So a good example of this would be the vanishing coin. Okay, this is a perfect example of misdirection. You take a coin, and just in a puff of air, you make it completely disappear. Okay, so there's the trick. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'm going to teach you step 1 of misdirection. There's going to be 5 of these videos, and 4 of them are going to be different types of misdirection, and the 5th one is just going to be a conclusion. So, I'll start misdirection step number 1 in this video. So, how I do the trick is called lapping of the coin. Okay, so you start with the coin. You want to start with it a ways down the table, but because it's off camera now, I'll slide it back to about here, and we'll just start here. The idea of the trick is that you put your hand over top of the coin, bring the coin back, and once it gets to here, you just let it fall into your lap. Okay, so here you can still see, I'll do the exposed view. You can see the coin still on the table, but then as I go like this, I come like I'm picking it up, but instead it just goes into my lap, and I bring my hand forward, which is now empty, and then vanish the coin. Okay, so that's the method. Now this method is extremely simple. All you have to do is do this a couple of times, and you're going to get the hang of it really, really fast. But the hard part of this trick is not the method. It's not doing that with the coin. The hard part of this trick is all the subtleties in misdirection. And misdirection number 1 is environment. That's probably worded a little badly. This one isn't so much misdirection, it just really adds to the convincingness of the illusion. Perfect example with this trick, you want to use a hard table, not a soft table. You can't do it on carpet obviously, but if you have an ottoman, you don't want to do it on an ottoman, you don't want to do it on top of a chair with a padded seat, you don't want to do it anywhere except on like a wood or a glass table or something very, very hard. The reason for this is because, say I want to pick up this coin. I'll get it as close to the middle of the frame as I can. Say I want to pick up this coin. How am I going to pick it up? Well, if it's on a soft table, and with a poker chip it's a little different. If you use a coin, this really applies. But if I wanted to pick this poker chip up, I would probably go like this. Okay, because it's not that hard to pick it up like that on a soft table. On a hard table, it's a little harder. Like I have one beside me, and what you wind up doing on a hard table is going like this, trying to get a hold of it and just pushing it around a little bit until you finally actually get a hold on it, and then you'll pick it up. So it's hard to pick a coin up off a hard table, which is why you want to do this trick on a hard table. Because it gives you an excuse, it gives you a reason to slide the coin all the way to the edge of the table to pick it up, which is what you want. You want that excuse. If you're doing this on an ottoman, say, and you have the coin set as far out in front of you as you can, and you go like this, people are going to get suspicious. Why are you doing that? You could just as easily go like this and pick up the coin. So that's misdirection lesson number 1, is the environment. And this extends into a whole bunch of other things. Another good point to note here is that for this trick, because the coin ends up sitting right here in your lap, you don't want people sitting right here watching you do the trick, because all they have to do is turn their heads to look down into your lap, and they're going to see the coin sitting there, and they're going to know how you did the trick. So that's another key point of environment. It involves every situation but where you're in. There's some tricks where you need dim lighting, there's some tricks where you would want really bright lighting, and if you try to do it in the other kind, it may not be as convincing. Okay? So that is lesson number 1, the environment. Now, I was going to say something else. What was it? Okay, so when you're doing this trick, the vanishing coin, you want to have a hard table, preferably wood, and people sitting on the other side of the table, possibly on the 2 sides, but not sitting right beside you. A good example of where you might do this is at a kitchen table, because there are people sitting on the other sides of you, like across the table, excuse me, across the table and on the 2 sides. So you set the coin in the middle of the table, and you tell them you're going to do the vanishing coin trick. And then you pick up the coin, close it into a fist, sit your fist down on the table. Now everyone's still convinced that that coin is in your hand. So right now, the tension is all here, and when you open your hand and show it's gone, they wonder where it could have gone, because your fist was in the middle of the table in front of everyone. Because of the environment. When you picked up the coin like this, they assume that that's just how you picked up the coin. They're not thinking about lapping or anything like that. Okay? So that concludes lesson number 1 in Misdirection. Environment really, really matters. Okay, so I suggest now watching parts 2 through 5 of this, because misdirection is one of the most important things in magic. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, and good luck.